interesting. You are up already.
Yeah.
Okay. It's a beautiful day. I still can't be sure that I'm getting these levels correct. Hello.
Hi.
Okay. Welcome to the podcast.
Thank you.
This is another day. This is the second time you're
Yeah,
here.
true. That's true.
We love you so much.
And I love you guys too.
Yeah, welcome. So
Thank
today is a
you.
very, very, I say that a lot, special day. Yeah, today is still special. It's early in the morning, but we're going to talk about brunch.
It's almost brunch time though.
It's almost brunch time.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so what's up with brunch?
Brunch is good.
Creative brunch.
Yeah.
What the fuck is that?
Okay. What is creative brunch? I don't know. It's in my head actually. I feel like most of the things in my head are unexplainable to a lot of people. It's just
Try
a gathering of creatives.
Try and paint a picture.
Okay, so you bring
This
creatives
is
together.
the frame. This is the frame. Paint picture in the frame.
You bring creatives together
Okay.
for brunch, but the brunch is just a side attraction. The conversations are the main meal on the menu,
Oh,
basically.
wow. What do you give people?
For food or for
Yeah, for food.
you give people depends on
Snack.
snack basically. Coffee, because I'm an addict to coffee, so yeah. But then there's option of tea if you want.
Okay.
Yeah.
What again? Do you have like alcohol?
Why would I give alcohol? I don't take alcohol, and I don't encourage people to take alcohol. If you take
Why?
alcohol, that's fine, but I wouldn't encourage you to take alcohol.
Why? Alcohol is nice.
Yeah, it is for you people, but not me.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
All right. I encourage people to take alcohol.
I don't encourage people to take alcohol.
All right.
No, but really, especially during that time of the day, I feel like alcohol should be left for night.
Yeah, it's kind of early, sure.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, but what actually happens there?
Okay, so
Because all we see is pictures.
yes,
Yeah.
I'm working. Someone asked. I have heard people ask me if I would have recorded sessions, and I'm looking towards that.
Mhm.
So basically, what we do is you come.
Mhm.
There's always networking. I feel like everybody needs a community, especially for creatives.
Yeah.
I think that's one of the reasons. That's even the chief reason why I started the Creatives Brunch, because I feel like creatives need a community. You need to understand that you're not alone.
Mhm.
You're seen, you're heard,
Yeah.
and there are people that are like you in the same situation. I think that very first day when we came, there was one conversation we had. Turns out, almost 90% of us that were there before other people came, 90% of us that were there already had worked for one person, and it was like it was a group therapy session for all of us because
Wow.
because all of us had seen Shege with that particular person, so everybody was telling their own stories and we're consoling each other. So that's part of the reason I started the whole Creatives Brunch thing, because I wanted people to network, to come together, to learn from each other, because the truth of the matter is you need people, and as much as you need people, you need to understand that there are other people that have gone ahead of you.
True.
And you can't be an island, especially as a creative.
Yeah.
There's always this thing with us to be an island to ourselves, to become loners, because we get swallowed by our creative process.
True.
So I'm trying to just, yes, you can be creative, you can try to get swallowed by your process, but understand that there's a community of people that love you, that understand what you're going through. Because for a creative, another person that is not a creative will not understand what you're going through.
Yeah. True.
So it's all right to come together with other creatives once a month, unwind, talk about the bad and the good, talk about the process, and if there's something that you know that another person does not know, I mean, we always rise by lifting others, right? Although there are people that will bring you down to that level, but come together with people, learn from them. Basically, that's like the start of the whole thing. So for the first edition, what we did was we came together, networked, then talked, about our creative processes,
Yeah.
because there's always something to learn from another person.
Yeah. True.
For me, when I'm creating, I become very scattered. Like if you enter my room, my mom and I are always fighting because there are always books around. Everything is scattered on my bed. For another person, it may not be like that.
But that is your process.
That's my process.
Okay.
Another person may not be able to create in that space that I create.
Yeah.
So we learned each other's creative processes. We learned, I think one of the things we also talked about was the most helpful thing to you, maybe app or a book or something that has helped you create better.
Yeah.
That's one of the things we talked about. And then another thing we talked about, well, Uncle Musti also, Uncle Musti is Ango Musti, basically, Musti clothing.
Yeah.
Yeah. So he gave a talk on, I think, the creative process, how to know where you stand, and it was supposed to be on how to use tech to sell your art. And then he deviated to how creatives have different personalities and all of that. It was a very nice conversation, actually. And I wish I actually recorded it, because Uncle Musti is someone that you always learn from. And yeah, I'll do better next time. I'll try to record it for other people and also for myself too, because I feel like that day I wasn't consistently there because I was trying to put things in place. So I would need to also listen to it. So we're working on getting it recorded and all of that.
So how do you get people to be there?
Okay, so first one, I think it was myself and another person wrote out a list of people that we thought would be able, from every, I think the only sector of the creative industry I didn't look at was the dance industry, because that's not particularly a very strong industry in Bauchi. But
I kind of agree with that.
Yeah. So music, arts, that's artists, basically, fashion designing, radio. Although both of them could not come, the people working in radio could not come because one had an attack and the other one had work. Photographers, videographers, people in the media industry, basically, wrote out a list of names and then sent out mails. Everyone that RSVP'd was to come, but not everybody came, actually.
Like me, I was supposed to be there.
And then you were busy. So things happen.
Actually, miss.
Yeah, things happen. But yes, that was basically it. But then this particular one, we also had a list of people, but we didn't restrict. Last time it was 30 people. And this time we couldn't restrict the invitation to just 30 people. We sent out invitation to 45 people. And so far, 33 have RSVP'd.
Wow.
So, but this time
That's
around,
a good number.
Yeah, it's a very good number. I'm actually trying to close up the the attendance too, because I feel like at this point, it was links I sent out. I'm trying to close up because I feel like I don't want to be overwhelmed. So I want to close the invitation. So we'll focus on this one. This particular one is focused on the music industry.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, and I tried as much as possible to not just invite the people that everybody is used to. Yeah, I'm trying to, since you're trying to create a network, bring in people that have already been in the industry and then people that are just coming in. So they have mentors. Since the goal is to network, why don't what we thought was bring in people, mostly people that are just starting in the industry, and then join them with people that have already been there, so that they can hear from experience and learn also. Yeah. And then they can also create a path for themselves eventually and create paths for other people. So yes.
So what's the future for this? I like to imagine that you've thought about it over and over again. And
yes, this is actually something I've wanted to do since last year.
Oh,
so
wow.
But I'm a very impulsive person. If I think of something and I don't do it immediately at that time, I end up not doing it. So the future. I try as much as possible not to think too much about it. But I'm looking towards expanding to not just Bauchi. I've heard people from just talking about doing something like that. In my DM, and even though I'm scared to think about it, but I think eventually, not this year of course, eventually I'm thinking of moving out of just Bauchi, maybe doing an interstate brunch, then maybe adding the number of people as we go on, because for now the limit is 35 people. I'm thinking of adding the number of people, thinking of making it more inclusive, then eventually reaching out to people from secondary schools. to yes,
Like
turning
kids?
turning it a mentorship session for or people already in this industry, and then children that want to be in the industry.
Yeah.
Because I feel like growing up as a child, I had just one teacher supporting me. Aside from my family, I have a very supportive family. I'm lucky with that. But aside from my family,
God bless your family.
God bless my family, because I know a lot of people that don't have supportive families.
Yeah.
So aside from just that, a teacher, Uncle Ade actually, Uncle Ade was one of the teachers that actually believed in my ability to write.
Wow.
Uncle Ade would always sometimes when I send in essays, Uncle Ade will say, "You can do better than this," because he has seen what I can do, and he believes that I can do much better than what I had done. So Uncle Ade was one person that actually believed in my ability to.
Uncle Ade was your teacher.
Yes, Uncle Ade was my teacher in secondary school.
Uncle Ade taught me too.
Oh wow!
Yeah.
Can you imagine? So yes, he was my teacher. So I feel like teachers are not supportive. We had people that were writing songs back then in secondary school, and teachers would tell them something along the line of, if you like, don't focus on your education. You think it's music that will pay you, all of that. So I'm trying to see if we can create a platform for these children to know that their dreams are valid. This is 2022, and this thing where they tell you that you have to study medicine, you have to study this course or that course to excel, doesn't work anymore.
True.
Yes, the creative industry is actually booming, and it's here to stay. Storytelling works for everybody, and storytelling can be in everything. That's why I love J. Cole's music, because I mean, there's always storytelling. So storytelling is the best way to people's hearts, and it doesn't matter how you do it. You can do it through dance, you can do it through music, you can do it through writing, so many things. So it's just an opportunity to reach out to these children.
Wow.
Mm.
Wow. That's a big one. So do you carefully select people that you invite? Like, let's say I'm just a random person, like I'm listening to this conversation, I'm like, wow, I need this space. How do I get in?
Okay, so for now, I actually select the people, but I've heard people show interest, and then I didn't do the selection this time around. Funny enough, I didn't do the selection this time around because I felt like I don't know people in the music industry so well. So I allowed someone that knows them to do the selection. But if you're interested, you can always send me a DM. Like I always say, my DM is open. And if I'm not replying my DM, send me a mail.
Okay.
I would always answer my mail.
Okay.
Yeah.
So now, I like to think that there are like specific people that you pick to like talk, or everybody that's there could talk. I don't know. I'm trying to understand the settings.
Okay, so there are people that will give talks. Basically,
Okay.
this time around we're looking at 3 things.
Okay.
Should I spill? No, I think I shouldn't spill. Yeah, we're having 3 talks instead of 1 like the last time. We're having 3 talks and then a panel session. There's a panel discussion, and then there's a space for everybody to talk. There's always space for everybody to talk.
Oh, okay.
Yes. We always try to do a family discussion where everybody brings up something they have that is disturbing them or something that they want to share with the family.
Yeah.
So it's a family, I believe. We're trying to network there. So one thing we also try to do is to ensure that everybody gets everybody's social media handle and follows each other. And you don't just follow and be a random follower. We try to encourage you to engage this person's posts. Yes, engage. As much as I feel like if you don't engage somebody's post, there's no need for you being there. Although there are people that would not do that, but as a creative,
some people just love numbers.
yes.
That's
I don't
sick.
like numbers.
That's sick.
I don't like numbers. I prefer for you to see what I do and to respond to me. If you don't like it, let me know. If you like it, let me know. Let me just know that there's somebody that the fact that you're there means that you're seeing what I'm doing. Why are you just there if you're just a number? But then it happens.
But don't you think like numbers could attract other people?
Yes, numbers does attract other people because people feel like if you have a lot of people following you,
you are relevant.
Yes,
you're doing something
and
right.
you have the right message, and it's not always like that.
It's
I've seen
not.
people with very horrible messages get followed.
Yeah.
But personally, I don't believe in numbers being better than engagements. But it's fine if you believe it. I can't judge anybody for what they like.
There's a saying, they say numbers don't lie. Do you agree?
Numbers lie. Hey, especially in Nigeria. Numbers lie. No, numbers lie.
No, but I think they have rephrased the whole thing. Numbers don't lie, but men do.
Okay,
How
so
about that?
the numbers will not lie, but the men forge the numbers.
I think that's
That's okay.
explanation
I
for
can
that.
understand. I can believe that.
Yeah, so the numbers will not lie on their own.
Yes, the numbers can't bring themselves.
Yeah.
Yeah. But it's good if you have plenty followers. I love people with plenty followers. Just can't be me, because I like relating with the people on my timeline. And I have this thing where I try to follow up a lot of people that have shown that they're okay. So there are people that come to my post and are like, oh wow, I'm going to do this, I'm going to do that, or I'm working on this, I'm working on that. Sometimes I try to follow up on them. I'm not a good person with following up people, but I try as much as possible. When you come to my mind, I check on you and I ask, how far have you started that thing? What's up? What's the progress report? Because I've not had people check on my progress reports at a point. When I started writing, it was just I think 3 girls actually, Ore, Gift, and Elsie. Those are like girls that call me their elder sisters. So we were in church together, and they were the first people to actually see what I had written. And Elsie and Ore would always be on my neck to write more new episodes for them, because then it was like I was writing chapters. It was a book I was writing back then. So Ore I remember there was one time I killed one character, and Ore kept all writers are murderers. Ore kept malice with me for a week.
Wow.
She was not
because
talking.
She killed the character.
Yes. She was angry because that was her favorite character. And I can understand, because I'm always angry when I read Danielle Steele's book, because she's always killing people and I'm always crying over her books.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, but I think part of me likes sad stories, because Danielle Steele's stories are actually the closest thing I've seen a writer do to reality. Because most books would just tell you it's all sunshine and rain and all happiness, right? But Danielle still tells you that there's pain in life, there's loss, so it's just her way of telling stories, and that's the kind of story I like. I don't like lying to people, and I don't feel like writers should lie, but writers lie
all the time.
No,
most of the time.
Let them know excommunicate me from the writers community.
But wait, this is thing I want to ask you. Do like trouble find way to you, or do you find trouble? Because you're always in trouble with one person or the other.
I'm always getting dragged.
Why is that? Do you enjoy it?
I don't enjoy it per se. I don't enjoy it. I think
what is it about you that people are
I'm
so
a very
interested?
troublesome person.
Oh, okay.
In real life. I'm a very troublesome person. So somehow I feel like that that gets into my posts.
Oh.
Yeah, that gets into my post. And a lot of people that don't know me, people that know me in real life, don't take me seriously, because they know that even if I'm being serious, I'm actually just trying to send across a message, and it's not a fight with anybody. But people that don't exactly know that feel like, hey, I'm trying to attack them. I'm not attacking anybody. I mean, I hate being attacked. So that's why I'm always telling you people, I'm my mommy's only daughter. I don't like being dragged, because once I see my notification more than every time I see that plus 15 plus, my heart starts beating and I'm like, what have I done again? So I don't like looking for trouble. It's just, I think, misunderstanding.
Oh wow.
Or people just like dragging me. People like Kamal like dragging me. Alkamsi takes pleasure in dragging me.
You just being yourself, and then
people are attacking me. I'm the innocent one here.
Are you sure about that?
Yeah. Actually, I am the innocent one.
Okay. You've just said something about your creative process, because I know you write, you act, you do a couple of things. Yeah. So what's your process? Which one do you before you even run me through the process? Which do you enjoy the most?
Writing.
Enjoy writing. Yeah. Oh, that was quick.
Yeah, no, because this whole thing started with writing.
Okay.
And I think it's just an outpour of the writing for me. I'm not sure I enjoy acting so much. I like it, but compared to acting, I don't like my face being seen. That's one thing. I'm a very camera shy person, so it makes me it makes me uncomfortable acting, especially if I know there's a camera on my head. But I try to just pretend it's not there. But I like writing.
Why are you not drinking?
No, I don't trust you. No, I do not trust you. Writing. I love writing.
So what's the process like? Like, do you just sit down and start like trying to put pieces together? Okay, this is how this story is. But do you just like just wait for like real life experience?
Oh, okay. So basically, for most of my writing, it's just me carrying book and just writing whatever comes to my mind.
You just write.
I just write it out. But mostly it's me so thinking, okay, I want to write this. Then sometimes I write out the process. Okay, this is the start, this is the middle, this is the end. And then I abandon it for like 2-3 weeks. Sometimes more than a month.
Oh.
And then I come back to it and like, oh, I'm supposed to write this thing, but I've forgotten the storyline. So I go to another thing and I write down, and then I forget about it and I go to the next thing.
So you write like pieces, different stories,
pieces.
different
Yes.
stories. Oh wow.
Sometimes it connects, sometimes it doesn't. Sometimes I just tell myself the truth and I forget about it. Because I think there was recently I finished a story that I started last year. So I wrote out the outline in November, and I wrote out paragraph 1, 2, 3. And then I left it. It was someone telling me she's very interested in reading it that made me go and write the rest. And the truth of the matter is I had forgotten the initial storyline I wanted to take. But what I finished off was not what I wanted to write. I know in my spirit it wasn't, but let's just write it and finish. Yeah. So I do more reading than writing, actually.
I think that will help your writing.
It
Do you
does.
believe that?
It does, actually. It does.
Because I recently started reading books. I was not a good reader.
Yeah.
I don't read books at all. So, but then I realized there are some things you never know if you don't read books.
Yes, true.
Yeah, so there's a lot of information in books that are not really out there.
Yes.
And what I normally do for like knowledge seeking is I do a lot of watching
Movies.
documentaries.
Okay.
Like a lot. But then I realize it's not enough. And there's a lot of things in books because once you read a book, like this is this other person's perspective, there's another person's perspective, and it is not found anywhere.
Yeah,
So
true.
you have to read the book. So I started reading books, and thank God I met a friend who is like a bookworm.
Oh wow.
and he's already have like a structure for a book club, and he wants to involve me in. I'm like, this is a blessing. So we read a book every week. There's a book.
Oh wow.
Yeah. So we've I think this is the 6th week.
Wow. Okay. So you've read 5 books?
Yeah. We are on the 6th one.
Wow, that's a lot.
Yeah.
So I feel like for reading, everybody should read. And
actually,
everybody should read. But then this is the thing, it's not everybody that can sit for a long time to read.
Yeah.
And one thing I've been telling people that come to me that say, oh, I want to read, because I'm always talking about books. And there are people that tell me, oh, I want to read. What I try to tell them is, you don't have to start with a book. That's the truth of the matter. If you say, okay, because Mr. A read a book, my reading pace is crazy. I can read a 400-page plus book in a day. That's me. I've burnt Momsy's food a lot of times.
Wow.
Okay, but that's me. And I've been reading my whole life. I've been reading right from when I was in primary school. Because I was born around, my mom is a teacher.
You're lucky.
My dad is a lawyer, stroke lecturer. So I grew up reading. But not everybody had that background. So start from stories, short stories. Start from articles online. There are people that can't read articles online. Start from that. And you don't have to read everything you see. Read what interests you. If you like sports, read about sports. Gradually increase your pace. Increase the number of things you read. Then graduate to short stories. From short stories, you can graduate to books with maybe 50 pages, 100 pages, and eventually you see yourself reading. It's not something that you wake up one day and start doing.
Yeah.
And if you're reading a book and it's not interesting to you, drop it. I used to feel guilty when I start books and I'm not interested in them and I drop them, but I don't anymore. It's book that I don't like. I don't have to force myself.
Yeah, yeah.
So that's it with books.
Wow, Mariam Bala.
The way you call my name as if you named me.
Mariam Bala, thanks for coming and talking about this so many things.
Yeah,
especially
thank you
the
so
brunch.
much for having me.
Yeah, it's a pleasure.
Thank you.
We should do this
All right.
more often.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so I'll see you at the brunch.
All right. Yeah, that's true. The brunch is quite soon.
Yeah, I'll make sure.
I'll drag you from your shop if you don't
No,
come.
no. I'll be there. I'll be
Alright,
there.
now.
Yeah.
Alright.
So thanks for coming.
Thank you for having me.
Lendo Podcast, Culture Talk inside a fucking store.